Welcome back to day 8 of the 100 horror films in 31 days. I got in 4 films today. First up is Phil Brophy directed film called Body Melt. It's a Vinegar Syndrome release. It kind of reminds me of The Stuff. It's an Australian film. Phil Brophy is part of some kind of an experimental music. He's more of a musician than a director. I think other than some documentary type stuff, I don't think he's done any features other than this. Maybe Andrew Bellina might know, but yeah, this reminds me of The Stuff. Basically, there's this vitamin that melts people. You know, it's being distributed throughout the countryside. People are taking it, thinking it's going to give them better health, and it ends up actually melting them. You even have exploding penises in this thing. Crazy, crazy stuff. Kind of reminiscent of Bad Taste, Peter Jackson. Pretty entertaining film. I enjoyed it. It's a great Vinegar Syndrome release. I have not checked out the special features on it, but I definitely intend to do that. Based on this film, I would think it would have been nice to see Phil Brophy do some other things, because it's an interesting movie, definitely. Then we've got Dead Dudes in the House, or The House on Tombstone Hill, which is another Vinegar Syndrome release. I like the slipcover on this. This is a 1989 slasher movie. I think it was actually released in '91. It's kind of it's a haunted house tale, but it's just a straight up slasher. I mean, basically you've got these kids that are going to do a fixer-upper on this old house that they think is abandoned, but it's not. It's got this creepy old woman in it, and she and her daughter proceed to off each of the guys trying to fix up the house one by one. Pretty decent film, I have to admit. I was pleasantly surprised. It's low budget, but it was very, very good. And it's a trauma film. In fact, Lloyd Kaufman apparently said that he thought that this was one of his unsung masterpieces. I don't know if it's a masterpiece, but I think it's a well done slasher film. The old woman is creepy, and the kills are good. I have no complaints about it. I thought it was a great 90 minutes slasher film. And then next up, I watched on Shudder Lovely Molly, which I've seen before. Lovely Molly was directed by Eduardo Sanchez, who of course did Blair Witch Project. Molly she and her husband move back into her childhood home, and she starts to have these dreams, and she starts to just kind of mentally break down. And it's really a creepy movie. I mean, it's I've watched it a couple times now, and every time I watch it, it's very, very creepy. I actually think it's Eduardo Sanchez's best movie he's made. I mean, I enjoyed the hell out of it. It's a great movie. Got no complaints about it either. I thought it was fantastic. I thought Gretchen Lodge, who played Molly, was fantastic in it. Yeah, there's some definitely creepy moments. Highly recommend, if you haven't seen Lovely Molly, that you check it out. Then I watched on Netflix a 2019 film, The Golem, which is an Israeli film, and it's a reimagining, of course, of the classic Paul Wagner silent film story about the Golem, basically a rabbi bringing inanimated clay to life, to basically serve his purposes or serve the people's purposes. The slant here is that it's a dead child, and the dead child is brought back by the mother to protect the village. Really good. I mean, I enjoyed it. If you get a chance to check it out on Netflix, I definitely recommend it as well. I give that a 7.5 out of 10. Different, it's definitely a different reimagining from what you would expect from the Golem, which is, Roddy McDowell, or all the other variants where you've got the kind of the large man statue, kind of like a Frankenstein looking guy. I mean, this is a kid. It's basically the Golem in this case, but it works. I think he pulled it off. Good film. At any rate, that's going to wrap up day 8. Let me know what you think. Any comments below? Appreciate it.